Thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy Podcast. Real quick, just to let you know, Jesper clicked to pen the entire show, and I didn't yell at him until like 45 minutes in. Could not edit that out, so you need to yell at him on the next show. Speaking of the next show, I want to remind you all, we live stream each show every other Wednesday. So it won't be for, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday. We'd love to have you come on. We interact with our audience quite a bit on the show. So you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. So if you want to join us, we would love to have you. 9 p.m. Eastern, every other Wednesday. Our studio sponsor is Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, 532-6600, or you can go to irvines.com and schedule your service there. They are great. They are awesome. Megan, Jamie, and of course, Bruce and Eric. And there's some other techs there I don't know by name, but they all doing a fantastic job, and we can't thank them enough for supporting the Gig Economy Podcast. And of course, if you do go there to get your car fixed, please let them know that you heard about it on the Gig Economy Podcast. Also, new sponsor, Maestro. Maestro is an app that allows you to basically customize everything you want on the Uber and Lyft platform. So if you want to take long rides, it sets that up for you. If you don't want to take a certain ride too far away, it sets it up for you. It's completely customizable. It's available on Android and on iOS. So check the link in our description for that. Click on that link. It kind of shows them that you heard about it on our show. Otherwise, you can just go to maestro.com and look at the information there. We can't thank them enough for supporting the Gig Economy Podcast. All right, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. Enjoy the show. We had a grand old time, and boy, did it get crazy on the end. All right, bye. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, of course, which I was told on a tweet that I should have clarified that they don't work on Teslas. I didn't know that Tesla doesn't allow anyone else to work on Teslas. I should have known that, but I did not. So I just wanted to clarify.
So how does that work?
How does what?
How does that work? Does that have to be a verified Tesla mechanic or whatever?
I guess they don't release the software. I just glitched out there. I'm having some internet stuff. I don't understand the StreamYard. Sometimes it frustrates me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. You were cutting out for a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I have a direct wire to Ethernet anyways. But for whatever reason, they don't release the software. And so they can't do anything about it. They would love to. But they work on every other electric vehicle. So if you do if you do have an electric vehicle, take it to them. So Jesper, how you doing tonight?
I'm good.
Okay, good. I'm glad to have you back. I obviously, most people know I had COVID, so I'm still in quarantine one more day. So we just decided to play it safe and do one more just remote podcast, which we hate more than life itself. But it is what it is. If you could share the show anywhere that you want to share it, or even if you don't want to share it, if you could share it. I don't care.
It's really just because he wants my body odor in the studio. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
He likes sniffing me.
Yeah, of course. Share the show. Everything gig economy related as far as us goes. You can go to either gigeconomy-podcast.com, or there's a link tree in the description. Basically, Linktree has all our links on there. Just click on that. Everything's right there. You can subscribe to the show, go to YouTube, the whole 9 yards. Shout out to our Patreon members, Keith, Janet, Larry, Sampson, Steve, and Leo. Appreciate you guys very much. Also in the description, check out our merch. We make very little money on that, but we'd love you to rep the brand. If you love the show, rep the brand. We'd appreciate it. Then, of course, our Telegram group, which we just had a new member join. I can't remember his name, but thank you very much for joining. You can check that out in the description as well if you want to join us talking shit about gig or whatever, crazy stuff. And then I want to give a shout out to Steve from Rideshare Rodeo. Holy shit, Steve. Thank you so much for that super sticker. Damn. That was really nice. I appreciate that. As soon as I started talking about him, he threw that up there.
Hey, thanks, Steve, for taking my spot last week. That was great. While I was sitting there, at the pool and sipping whatever it was I was sipping.
Yeah, it wasn't Steve that took your spot though. It was Mike.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, but thanks, Steve. Anyways.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
Thanks, Mike, too. I thought it was Steve. I'm sorry. Thanks.
No, that's okay.
Mike.
It was Mike, but thank you, Steve. Anyways, back to Steve. You can basically, if you want to know the nuts and bolts of the gig economy, I'm talking serious nuts and bolts, like the PRO Act, AB5, all the union shit. Like, Steve is the podcast you need to listen to. It's Rideshare Rodeo. Go to uberlyftdrivers.com. You can download it there. This guy knows his shit when it comes to that. He's been involved in the gig economy for a long, long time and been a driver for a incredible amount of rides, and he's very knowledgeable on that stuff. So we can't thank him enough for supporting our show. I really, really appreciate that, Steve. So yeah, we're back 2 weeks in a row. We don't have a ton of stuff in the news because we just talked last week, but we definitely do have some fun stuff. Going to talk real quick. First of all, I read through this earlier. I'll do Irvine's ad after this. But so this TikToker says DoorDash driver tried to get her address to deliver food to her when she didn't order anything. So I'm going to just briefly read through this and then tell me what y'all think. Because once I read through it all, I think it's complete bullshit. Let's see. A TikToker.
Sure it is.
Once you hear it, you're like, A TikToker says a possible DoorDash driver tried to get her address and deliver food to her when she didn't order anything. She says he, in the past, accepted orders only from her. She recounts in a viral video. Mind you, all these videos are gone from TikTok. I went to go try to download them. They were gone. Rebecca's just here for the Taco Bell. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, months later, she received a message from him asking for her address. So this is weird, right? Months later. So then you're like kind of questioning, that seems weird. But she said that under the guise of saying he forgot her drink, Edward attempted to contact Span through the DoorDash app. I forgot your drink. What's your address? The message from Edward shared in TikTok. Span says she didn't even order anything. That's odd because, first of all, I didn't order anything, she says. And if you were really my order, why wouldn't you have my address? So she goes on. And then she contacts DoorDash. And DoorDash says, hey, he's the only one that has ever delivered to you. Like, it's a very weird article. So
how can that be?
How can that be? So I put this on the show rundown, and I was kind of excited about it. I'm like, this driver, what a piece of shit. But then as I read through it, I think this chick's lying. So
she totally is.
What can we grab from this in general? Like, as a customer or as a driver? Like, I don't know. I don't think you can contact people months after you deliver an order. So that's one of the issues.
Well, unless she gave him the phone number.
Yeah, that makes me think too. Like, that part's getting left out. That early on in the first delivery, they made a connection, and then all of a sudden she's like freaking out about it. But again, if you do go look at her videos, they are all gone in regards to this TikToker. So I don't know.
She was lying. It's just a ploy to get some more people following
some
her.
Followers. Probably. Yeah. Idiot. So,
I mean, I've heard of stranger things.
Yeah, I have. Like I said, I was excited about it, but then as I read through it, like, I don't know, 10 minutes before the show started, I was like, "Oh, this sounds like bullshit. Maybe I should have pulled the plug on it," but I don't care. I did miss the ad, but Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid is the studio sponsor of this show, and we can't thank them enough for where the fuck is it? For supporting us. Sorry, I'm using StreamYard, so it's a little different. You can call them at 532-6600. They will not work on Teslas. You can drive that Tesla there, and they will tell you to get the fuck out. Maybe not. Maybe they won't.
Well, I don't think they'll say that. I think they'll be nice about it.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, 532-6600 or irvines.com to schedule online. All COVID friendly, meaning you can drop your car off. You don't have to see anyone. Everything's done via digital, like email. They tell you what's wrong, what needs to be fixed, what's great, those kind of things, all that stuff. So please, please, please support the sponsors. Irvine's has been a staple on this podcast, and we can't thank them enough. When you do call the schedule service, even for an oil change, please tell them that Please tell them that the gig economy sent you. Save me, Jesper.
That we send you.
Thank you.
That we send you.
Fuck, that was rough.
That was rough.
That was
man.
so.
Hey, sometimes when I have a little bit of time, I watch these stupid videos online, right? And so I like to watch a guy called Jerry Rick Everything. He bought a military Hummer, like original military Hummer, right?
Yeah.
And he took out all the engines and everything, and he's putting in a Tesla motor.
What?
Yeah, he's making it completely electric. And it's gonna be so sweet,
dude.
It's gonna have so much torque. It's gonna have more torque than originally with the original motor. It's crazy.
Those electric motors are incredible as far as speed. I don't know.
But not even speed in this case. It's just the power, the sheer power this thing is gonna have.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, the pull force, the ability for us to go up, up and down hills, but also pull stuff. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah. How is it? I know we're already digressing, but how is it when you have like a powerful motor? Jeez, I'm not even drinking. Powerful motor like a Tesla, where it can take off so incredibly fast. How it doesn't like fishtail, like how like regular, like if you don't do it correctly, you kind of the rear end kind of kicks out. I'm just wondering how the Tesla is able to not do that. I don't know.
So I don't know, but I think it must have to do with the fact that it is, most of them. I think they are 4-wheel drives.
Oh,
and so there's some software, some software built into it against it. I mean, I'm guessing. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But my guess is that it must be some software programming built into it to alleviate the
yeah. I guess because isn't kind of all-wheel drive, it kind of puts the power to certain wherever it's struggling to keep it from. Yeah, maybe that's the same thing. Larry says I should be drinking. Maybe I should be drinking. That's true. Okay,
you should be drinking.
I know.
Maybe Megan would want to drink.
Yeah, I know. We need to get like White Claw. Not White Claw. That would be disgusting. Well, Megan likes White Claws. That's why I said White Claws, because Megan likes them. I don't want to drink a White Claw. Maybe some sort of whiskey. All right.
I think whiskey or one of the local microbreweries.
That'd be awesome. I had a beer from Osgood about 2 weeks ago.
I wish I had one here in front of me, but if I had a Founders, not a sponsor
yet. Some Punk, my COVID time was not great. It didn't get better after Wednesday because he was here last show, and oh my gosh, you guys gonna thank God that I edited that podcast audio wise, because I had so many sniffs on that show. It was disgusting, and thank God I edited them out. I'm sorry for people that listened live and heard that, but I'm feeling better now. I feel 100% better. So, yes, we're talking about this Taco Bell.
So the new Taco Bell with a new drive-through concept, that was pretty cool.
Yes.
So basically, so envision this this almost like a bank, maybe. They must be using some kind of pneumatic tubes to get the food to you.
Yeah.
But they in the article, it says that they're going to have this new it's a brand new system of getting the food to you, that they're going to be the only one being able to do it. I obviously forget what that's called. Where's the article? No. It's going to be a great night. There it is. Okay. So basically, they unveiled renderings of its latest drive-through concept, featuring an elevated kitchen and a gravity-defined food delivery system, which is going to be proprietary.
A proprietary lift system to pass the food.
Exactly.
Which is what does that even mean?
Well, it means that they're going to be the only ones being able to use it, right?
Whoa.
They're going to, make it proprietary. So anyways, but then, so the big cool thing is this is not just a, it's a laundry chute. I like that. Hey, catch, look out below. But basically, it's not just a concept, right? They're actually starting building one. So they're breaking ground on the first of these new concept in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, later this month, and they're scheduled to open to the public next summer. 3 of the lanes will be dedicated to those who order ahead on a mobile app, which the company said will enable customers to start binging on bean burritos faster, which is awesome. Now, I must say, every time I pass our Taco Bell here, it's always busy.
Yeah.
And there's always like 11 cars out on the road. So, them getting a new concept seems like a good idea. And if they're able to push orders through faster, my guess is they will be able to make up the investments of this new concept pretty quickly.
Well, it brings up a conversation about that we've had through coronavirus about all these lobbies closing and how much less staff the restaurant was able to use to get the same amount of food out. And they actually made more money because they weren't dealing with the lobby. So this is Taco Bell kind of taking that to the extreme. But it kind of does look like a banking system. It's got a building, let's say a 2-store building, and then underneath is all the lanes.
But honestly, if you look at it, when is the last time you wanted to go inside a fast food restaurant, sit down and eat?
Very rare.
No. Right. I don't want to do that.
I think the only time I did is when I did gig work, when I was in the car sitting down and I needed to get a change of scenery, and I'm like, I need to get some food. I don't want to eat it in my car. But other than that.
Well, let's be honest. We drove to Missouri, right, back and forth. The fun part the kids wanted was to eat on the road. They don't want to eat inside the stupid restaurant. They want to get out of the car.
Yeah.
No. Do the drive-thru, even though the drive-thru is a pain in the neck. Do the drive-through and eat in the car. That's what they want. That's,
Can you imagine think about Taco Bell on Michigan? I know it closes early because there's some noise rules by us down there, but
it's also they can't find people.
Well, yeah, besides that, but I'm saying take this unit and put that on Michigan. Can you imagine the amount of volume they could do with 3 or 4 lanes of just pumping them out?
McDonald's would die in a moment. I mean, they would have to close that McDonald's in Michigan.
I don't know, man. I'm not a huge fan of Taco Bell. Like if I'm drunk or I'm like craving, I'm going to McDonald's for McDonald's fries. Like I'm not going to Taco Bell.
But do you want to do an hour and a half through the drive-thru on Michigan? No way.
No.
I mean, I would rather die.
Some punk says if they have a player and my kids want to go in, yeah, I would say my 8 and 4-year-old. Mine are a little bit older. They're kind of, well, I guess my younger son might want to, but doesn't that seem weird now? Like to let your kids in a play area with a bunch of shit all like you're like, ugh, God no.
Well, I think COVID has brought new attention to those areas as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Before we did it all the time, not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I didn't think twice about it, right?
Right.
But now it's just one of those things. I mean, some punk, I'm the same way. We were there.
Yep.
I mean, some of my kids are a little bit old now. It's been a few years since they've been there. But we were there and they had lots of fun and it was the thing to do. So I get it.
Now, if you see Maxwell going and you're like, dude, get your ass out of there. You're freaking 16. You're too old for that shit. Can you imagine?
He was still.
Oh, yeah. And they're boys. They'll probably do it, 21. They'll be climbing through that shit. Then you get stuck and then it's real embarrassing.
No, then it's a different issue.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. This next video, y'all, it's disgusting. Like,
I'm sorry, wait, stop.
I'm sorry, what?
Did you say y'all?
I know. I was in Nashville for 4 days. Not only did I get COVID from Nashville, I got y'all. So
you also got Southern.
I like y'all. There's nothing more comforting to me when you're talking to somebody and like, y'all want to come over for some dinner? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. Let's go.
Are you also doing oh, honey, it's going to be okay?
No. Yeah, Larry trained me right. We spent way too much time together. Surprisingly, Larry did not get COVID-19. We shared the same building together every night. I mean, obviously, I snuggled him. So
you should have gotten more than one bed.
Well, he was spooning me, so my breath wasn't actually breathing on him. So we were good there. Okay. No, we had our own rooms, but yeah, he didn't even get it. Like, I mean, and we were next to each other the entire week. Like, other than when we slept, we were next to each other. So,
y'all, it's a comforting word.
I think it is.
My question though is, Jason, did he have night visitors like you? But I'm pumped.
Asshole. You weren't supposed to say that. Thank God my wife doesn't listen to this show. All right. So anyways.
Luckily, I know Megan well enough that she's keeping the short leash that it's just a joke.
She'll beat my ass. She'll cut my beard. I'd rather get my ass beat than my beard cut. Y'all, I'm getting it trimmed on Saturday. The next show.
No.
I'm getting let me see.
The power is in the beard,
I'm like
man.
getting
You can't
like
cut
this
it.
much cut off. Like it is just out of
Are
control.
you gonna donate it? Donate it to Locks of Love.
No sick kid wants this scraggly ass gray hair. Oh, that was a good one, Jesper.
Maybe I can take some of it because my beard ain't getting that long.
Gonna make a troll doll with it.
I know.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Larry said I snored real bad. That's bullshit, Larry. You wait till next year in Dallas, man. We're gonna party. We already got Steve from Ride Your Rodeos going to the podcast movement next year. I'm going. Larry's going. We're trying to get Mike. It's gonna be a potty. All right, let's watch this idiot.
It's gonna be a party or a potty?
Potty. That's y'all and potty. Okay, let's get to gig news. Shit. Okay, this is gross. I'm not gonna lie. This is I mean, you're not gonna throw up, but I mean, if you've ordered food before, this is gross. So basically, it's a driver stealing food, but not what you think.
You will never believe what my friend caught on camera.
So he's sitting on the curb.
This is an Uber Eats driver.
He's taking food out of the dish and putting it in a Tupperware of his
He's
own.
stealing their food with his bare hands. WTF.
Next one.
Oh, now he's getting. Oh, now he's putting chicken in it.
How will they not notice?
Oh my god.
They're all.
Ew.
Now, he staples it at the end.
Quick phone check.
So that's how you know he's delivering it. Because at first I thought this ain't real. Oh, more food.
Still at it.
What the fuck?
Even the soup.
Oh my gosh. Oh, need a little more.
Many a time. He's completely prepared with the stapler to restaple
Not
it
his
back
first
on.
time.
Yeah.
He staples the bag shut.
All right. Now he's got dinner. Oh, he's riding a lift bike.
To deliver the food.
It's a lift bike. Oh shit. Yeah, some punk
That's nasty.
one caveat with I just would let you know, Jesper, I should have said this. They can't hear us when a video plays. Now,
Oh, I found out.
they can
Yeah.
hear me on the audio podcast because I'm running that through my board. So sorry about that. Yeah, that was disgusting. Like that guy was basically going into each part of that dish, some Chinese food or whatever.
But how would they not notice?
He took a lot out. I mean, that was.
Right, Pete. I think it's fake.
I
You're
don't
right.
think it is fake. He stapled up the bag at the end and drove off. Like,
Nasty.
what? I mean, you think the person recording it was part of the fakeness? I don't know.
I think the real question here is any Uber driver who's ever driven, are they going to actually ever have delivery of themselves?
I mean,
we know what's going on the road here, right? Are we actually going to do
I
this?
mean, I think I always try to look at the laws of averages, right? Chances are that happens to less than 1% of the food that gets delivered. Hopefully.
Sure.
I mean, that's what I tell myself when I go to sleep. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I would notice that. If that is going to one customer, I would open that up and like, oh, this is not right. There's not enough food in here. But
And you would call the restaurant.
yes, I would call it. Well,
And they would say, oh, it's okay. We'll set the same driver over again, sir.
Yeah. It was Edward, the guy that tried to text that one girl. All right, next up.
I thought this was kind of cool. So it says it's a Reddit post from the DoorDash drivers Reddit group. Just delivered an order of 2 kids meals. It said, leave at my door. I took the pick and rang the bell. As I'm walking away, a woman opens the door and looks down and said, I didn't order anything. I gave her the name and she said, damn it, pick up the food. And as she turns around, she yells, who called grandma and said they were hungry? I just fed y'all.
That's hilarious.
I know.
Have your kids ever ordered anything behind your back or like called?
No.
Mine haven't either. I don't.
No, not yeah, no.
That's crazy, but yeah, it.
But it might happen.
I mean, it's possible, but yeah, I thought that was funny.
I think Pete that order was probably a 350 order. That's why he kind of helped himself.
No, it's the new DoorDash base pay, $2.50, no tip.
Yeah.
CP,
I'll take my tip. You're welcome, sir.
CP, you probably order food and watch the driver. Most people don't watch the driver. They just order food and put their phone down and just go on with their life. But
see, this driver, he didn't do it where he was delivering it. He was taking care of it, way before. So how are you gonna know?
Yeah, I don't know. I would know the volume of food he took out of there. That would be something that I would be able to pick up on.
You know the thought that I thought that was most disgusting? He was adding the new food to old food already in the container.
New food to yeah.
In the container that was already spaghetti. Who cares? Who knows where that was
Well,
from?
before the video started, that's probably from that same meal, and they just were.
Or maybe from an earlier meal that morning.
That makes it worse, Jesper. Don't ruin the story with making it worse. Oh shit. So we briefly talked about it on a podcast a couple times ago, but GoPuff is actually coming to Grand Rapids. Now, I've heard some hate with GoPuff recently. They've definitely exploded in the last year or so. But they're going to actually, I know for people that aren't from Grand Rapids, this doesn't mean shit, but this is part of being on a podcast in Grand Rapids. You're going to get some local stuff, but it's on Eastern near 52nd, the old family video store is going to be a warehouse for them, which is not really centrally located anywhere near downtown because they were going to go by the Coke plant initially, but they pulled a building permit and they're going to go in there.
Eastern and 57?
52nd.
52nd.
Yeah.
But it's not too far, though. It's not too far.
I mean, Eastern, you can do a straight shot from Eastern to 28th and 28th to downtown, but it's still a 10 to 12 minute drive to downtown from Eastern to 52nd.
True.
So, and I mean, I wonder how they do, how they decide to pick a location. You know what I mean? Maybe because maybe they figure.
I think they.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna. I think they decided it was way too expensive downtown.
That was going to be my second thing. Like Eastern and 52nd, the shit's for lease all over the place over there, so they probably got it pretty cheap.
I'm just happy they didn't choose Division and 52nd.
Division and 52nd. What's over there?
Oh, I mean, luckily, at least it's back into the better area of town.
Oh
again,
yeah,
but,
I do a ton of
Division and Hall.
No, that would be rough. That would be rough. But no, I'm actually excited. This is another Schedule C I can add to my. No, that's not the right. Is it Schedule C?
Well, apparently, according to what Steve's saying, then Uber is going to buy them soon, and you have the same Schedule C.
Oh fuck! If Uber buys them, I'm not doing it. See, this is why you go to Rideshare Rodeo for accurate things like this. You don't come here for this. You don't come to this show for accurate stuff.
Oh, not accurate stuff.
No, we're just talking about.
We just bullshit and talking shit.
Yeah, exactly. I hope Uber doesn't buy them. We need more independent. This is when you have the one cable company in your area and you're completely screwed. Like
me.
Is that all you got over there? Is just
can only get so you can get AT&T, but we can't get AT&T Uverse because Uverse isn't here, so I can get that fucking ADSL, right? Who cares about that stuff?
No fiber,
and then it's just Comcast.
Okay,
but it's the only one.
Yeah, so I don't want to.
Now I am looking forward to MetroNet coming though. Soon.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but must be a local company.
It's a local giga delivery.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, anyways, I want to try GoPuff. I think it's a good idea. I know we had what's his name on Tony from GR2Go, which I plan on working for him too this fall, but I don't know, man. I think food delivery is where it's going to be at. I'm not rushing back to people, so I'm just going to add another Schedule C, and I hope to.
As I shared with you before, I don't want to do that stuff.
I know you don't.
For me, it's the people. So I need to get back on the people. That's what I need to get back on. But on that note, too, that kind of is a pretty good note into this next story. Unless you want to do an ad first, are we doing an ad first?
I don't know. I'm googling is Uber buying GoPuff.
You're doing an ad first. Come on.
Let's see. Oh shit, this is new. FTT. Hold on. Let's just talk about it. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, no, it says Uber is under investigation by the U.S. Federal Trade Commission for a partnership with food delivery service GoPuff and its acquisition of alcohol delivery Drizzly, according to a report today. The investigation, said to have begun at the end of June, is looking whether the Uber-GoPuff partnership as well Uber acquisition of Drizzly could hamper competition. Thank you, in online sales and delivery. The two probes are said to be separate, but the FTC team in New York is managing both investigations. Thank you. See, I do know shit. We need competition, and Uber buying GoPuff and all that shit is that's bullshit.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that later. Today is that in Europe there's increased governmental regulations about the whole platform work in general. So that's going to be pretty cool as well, and that's going to all help regulate and bring competition to the market and so forth.
I mean, as much as I hate government involved in business, I think it does. It's fair for everyone when you don't have someone buying up all the companies.
I think to a certain extent, at least, right? I mean, there's going to be a certain extent of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, here's just a quick example, and we'll move on. My insurance company is owned by the mega hospital in Grand Rapids. I think that's unfair. I don't think that should happen. So,
your health insurance company?
Yeah, Priority Health is owned by Spectrum Health, which is very weird to me. It's like, why they're going to make sure they cut all these things to make sure they lower the bottom line. So anyways, yeah, what Steve said on YouTube, no monopolies, like it hurts us, but God, I hope Uber doesn't buy GoPuff. Thanks for that information. All right, guys, we have a new sponsor that I want to talk about, and is Maestro, and I'm sure you've heard of Maestro. So there are basically an app that runs both Uber and Lyft for you. Some of the features are sort by popularity, simultaneous trip requests, long trip filter, which seems huge. You can basically put in there, I only want long trips, or I don't want long trips. Auto accept feature. There's an airport queue mode. I read about that a little bit. That one was a little confusing, but it auto accepts and app switching, the whole 9 yards. I used Maestro way back in the day. But it was only on Android, and so I was using a tablet, and it was a little clunky, I'm not going to lie, but that was maybe a year after I started, so maybe not quite 4 years ago. But they actually have it for both apps now, iOS and Android, so definitely something you want to look into. The link is in the description. If you click on that, you can go right to their website and sign up and download. Please do that. If you're interested in it, please use our link, because it kind of shows Maestro that you guys are interested in using it.
And please understand and remember that it's been 4 years since we last used it, and they have 4 years of new experiences and updates and so forth.
Once you get on iOS, it's kind of like you must have gotten through your shit, because it's not easy to get on iOS.
Well, but I mean, I used the Maestro a couple of times, and it was good. I mean, it was, but see, this was back when I used it, before they introduced the new rating system for Uber. And so I'm actually honestly interested in figuring out how would this affect your rating system. But
I don't think it's going to affect your rating system. How would it affect
your rating? How many you'll cancel?
Oh, well, no, that's your acceptance rate.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. So that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So one thing is cool, like if you're on a trip, another trip pops up, it'll say, do not accept, you're already on a trip. What's cool about all these too is they let you make the decision yourself. You know what I mean? So even though it's declining the ride because of your criteria, right? You don't want to go more than 3 miles or whatever. You can still, if you're like, oh my gosh, it's so dead, I'm going to take this. You can still click in and accept it. So tons of features, fully, automated, or however you want it automated, or however you don't want it automated. Like, you can set it however you want. So yeah, check it out. Click on the link. Yeah, we really appreciate Maestro on board for the podcast.
Thank you very much.
All right, Jesper, your picture about a car seat. I know you're excited to talk about this.
So it's just a feel-good story, right? And we always like the feel-good stories. I mean, this was one of the things that, back in the days when we drove, we always we were liking the opportunity we had to kind of go out there and be more than just a driver. And this gentleman definitely did that. So first of all, his name is Tim Jones. He's writing from a platform called C-Trip, which, by the way, this was the first time I ever heard about.
Yeah,
that
me too.
I looked it up. They're only in some of the larger markets, but definitely seem to be, your traditional platform. It doesn't look like they're doing search pricing or anything like that. They're a little bit more in tune, a little bit more. There's a lot more transparency, it seems like, when it comes to the pricing model, et cetera, et cetera. However, this was pretty cool. So this is a mom. She was at Pensacola International Airport, and she did not have a car seat. And so she goes on to write the story, and it goes like this. I'm just going to read it pretty much because I think it's so cool. So she goes, Tim Jones with C-Trip of Pensacola was so attentive in making sure my son had a secure car seat. Mom fail. I assumed that the Ubers here would also have car seats. They don't. No, they don't. We've talked about that many times.
Right.
Anyways, so here I am, stranded at the airport with my two sons. I asked a police officer walking around the airport if he knew a way for me to get a car seat somehow. He brought me out to the taxi cabs and asked drivers for me if anybody had a car seat. This gentleman offered to go get one and came back and drive me to my location. Update. This man drove and bought one from Walmart. I saw the receipt. He came back and measured my son in the car seat prior to installing it and then buckled him in. I asked if he needed help, and he said, I learned this in grandpa school, and I just want your kids to be safe. Wow, you have blessed grandchildren, sir. Thank you. I'll be calling this company personally to tell him what a great driver they have. So I just thought that was cool. And this is definitely a story about going above and beyond. Obviously, I don't know if I would have gone and actually bought a car seat, but there's been many a night where I thought that I've actually thought about having a booster seat.
Yeah, we go round and round about this.
So at least that. Oh yeah, we've talked about that many a time, and I know Pete, probably the one I know who has declined most car seat rides.
Got to be a Guinness Book of World Records.
But it was just it's one of those things, is who has the car seat? Do we have the car seat? No, we don't. We shouldn't have the car seat, because if we do, we also take the responsibility and the reliability. So it's all that things there. But again, Tim Jones, my hat's off to you. I kind of think that you did an amazing job that night, and you made sure that this mom and her two kids got home safe. So definitely that was awesome.
Yeah, we should try to get him on the show. It'd be kind of fun just to have a quick little 15-minute interview with him.
That would be good. And fun to see how long he's been driving. Obviously, it's not his first rodeo, definitely.
No. I agree. I don't think I would go buy a car seat, but I think it would be one of those times, and we've talked about it, Jesper, where you're like, I'll just take you. I'm sorry. Like, you're like, they're in a pinch, We've all, we talked when Chris was on the show. We're just like, sometimes it happens. So do you want to talk real quick about, I read this article. It's very heady. So I'm hoping you can pull some things out of the algorithm thing.
I gotta be honest, I did not read all of it.
I didn't either. I read the first half, and then I was like, "Oh my god!"
I got a little bit bored down to the end.
Yeah, it got real heady.
But the cool thing, and my takeaway. So this is an article. It says courts crack down on gig economy algorithms, and it's a magazine called Sifted.eu. So it's obviously a European article site. Again, not one I have not run into before. But the cool thing was that it talk about the fact that none of the algorithms for the gig economy is transparent, and there's just a complete lack of transparency, complete lack of how are the platforms calculating the different rates and so forth, and what are they doing when it comes to payment, but also when it comes to discrimination, because there's a lot of that going on as well. And so basically, there's one here, they're talking about an example that happened in early July. Italy's data protection watchdog fined Glovo-owned food delivery outfit Foodino 2.6 million euro over the way it used algorithms for managing its delivery riders. It found violations of labor and privacy laws and how data is used by the company that could be discriminatory. So obviously, it must be favoring some riders over others because of something, right? And obviously that is not legal and shouldn't be legal. And who knows if Uber in the US is doing anything like that. One example that came to my mind was back in there was one point where Uber was showing all the names before you accepted the ride.
Yeah.
And there was a distinct talk that there were certain names that people simply did not accept.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that was discriminatory, I guess, right? We were using that as a race, I guess, a racist perspective, so it's that whole thing. But I do know that, they removed that name obviously before the acceptance. And
well,
so
Lyft
forth.
doesn't. Lyft has names.
Right, but Uber did. In this case,
Yeah.
I was talking about.
Yeah,
Uber,
I think a lot of those apps use algorithms to get us to do what they want us to do. And that's one thing we've always brought up. We don't know why things happen the way they happen. You know what I mean?
I mean, I do. And I think that the problem is at one point it seemed easy, right? At one point it was you get paid per mile and per minute.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you get paid per mile per minute. You can calculate it out. You're done.
Right.
That at least that's your payment piece. But then it started being not easy because then all of a sudden Uber and Lyft also started to do the whole, upfront charge and all that stuff. And all of a sudden things just got muddied.
Yeah, they made it more complicated.
And I think it made it immensely more complicated. And who knows what other things that they built into the algorithms at that point or that was already in there potentially.
Yeah.
So, who knows if there is quote unquote modifiers for areas and so forth. Anyways, so what this article is saying is that many different European courts is kind of pretty much trying their best to hit down on those kind of algorithms, and the whole point is to bring back the transparency in it also as more of the platforms are being forced to pay for sick time and overtime and all that stuff. Because that's more and more, we're seeing more and more of those things in Europe. And then, of course, we have the whole GDPR that ties into it in the case of, what are the data? What data can the apps actually store when it comes to the European privacy laws and that kind of stuff? So that all it's just a huge mess, if you will. And I think it'll be very interesting to see what changes from the European markets that's going to spill into the platform jobs over here. I actually really like that term. I've never heard it referred to as the platform jobs. The platform,
that actually is a good name.
It's a cool term. So yeah, so basically, yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens to the European market, to the American market based on what happens on the European market in the years to come. So that's the biggest thing really out of that articles there.
Yeah, I do find Europe is very aggressive with that stuff, which can be good and can be bad. You know what I mean? Like I go back and forth with like the government being involved in business. You know what I
was
mean?
going to say, we talked about that, right? And I think in many European countries, the government has a much larger role in businesses than they have in America.
Yeah.
And obviously, your average American is not going to want that.
No,
but I think we're going there, whether we like it or not. Whether we're gonna go there screaming and yelling.
Right. They also don't want. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I would say they also don't want to wear masks either. So,
anyways, yeah, we probably shouldn't go down that path. Yeah, I know.
All right, moving on. We got a couple of pictures. Just kind of talk about. They're nothing huge, but just some of the stuff I see perusing the internet. This one is kind of crazy. It's a shipped one. It says, so they have booze here, right? So there's an ID involved. It says, please leave in mailbox as husband is violent. ID to be sent to driver when text received. Thank you. Okay, first of all, are you trying to like scare the driver? Basically saying maybe your ID isn't legit, or it's the kid ordering and it's his mom's ID that he took a picture of before. So if you're a new shopper, do not fall for this bullshit. Don't do it.
No,
it's illegal. No. You will get fired, and you could also be charged with contributing to a delinquency of minor, because chances are there's a kid behind this. But yeah, that's a little scary. If it is legit, my husband is violent. We got a bigger problem.
I would cancel that one.
Yeah, move on. DoorDash. Here we go.
Fuck you, Tony!
So, what was
Fuck
that?
you, Tony!
So Tony is the name of the owner, the CEO of DoorDash. So did you ever see that TikTok where the two dogs are like, fuck you, Tony. What's your name? No. Ezekiel. It's an old TikTok trend, but yeah.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Anyways.
So delivery preferences have arrived. Hi, Michael. Who's Michael?
I don't know. I took it off the internet. Poor Michael's getting lambasted on our show.
Somebody had, was playing with Photoshop. No, as a dasher, we know flexibility matters. That's why starting Monday, August 16th, you will now have the added flexibility to choose which orders you receive and which to opt out of. Introducing delivery preferences as part of the pilot program, we're giving you access to test a new feature that allows you to choose which type of merchant and order offers you want to receive. First, tell us which offers you'd like to receive and which you'd like to opt out of. Here, then we'll adjust your assigned orders based on your preferences. Your updated preferences will go into effect Monday, August 16th. So what I want to know is, what are those preferences? Is it based on price? Is it based on restaurant types? I mean, I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, if anyone's listening to the show.
Includes a drink?
Yeah, right. If anyone's listening to the show that's got involved in this pilot program, I'd be really interested to know, because it's very vague on what you can do, but it sounds like the sky's the limit. You can, basically pick out rides or deliveries you don't want to take, or restaurants you want to go to. I want to know someone that's been able to run this to know if it's legit or what it is, because it sounds like you can do whatever you want. I know that's not true, but it basically. So go ahead. Yes,
go ahead, please.
We must have some internet lag tonight because we've been interrupting each other all night. Go ahead. I'm done.
That's what makes it fun. I wanted to know is, see, I used to think that you were doing pretty well on DoorDash. And so why is DoorDash all of a sudden like the bad guys? I don't know. Like, even, Steve is like, oh no, they suck. What don't I know?
So I did do a lot of DoorDash, and last winter I used an app to help me filter out the bad orders.
Yep.
DoorDash was just, I think I did a lot of DoorDash because it was the busiest for me, but there's a lot of trash on DoorDash. So just for an example, DoorDash is like, now I don't know if they've lowered in GR yet, but like their base pay is $3, right? And so it doesn't matter how far it is, you're only getting $3. But like with Grubhub and Uber, you get mileage. You know what I mean? Right. So DoorDash just kind of takes advantage of you. And then, that's what Pair is all about, is tip transparency. The bottom line is they hide the tips behind, some of the other stuff. So, or some of the bigger orders, they hide it. So that's why DoorDash sucks. They're just not transparent in what they do. And at least with Uber and Grubhub, you know what you're going to get paid, and that's legit what it is. Like, this is how much the customer tipped. So, I'm surprised. I think they're doing that because of all the push. I think a lot of it is from the pushback from Para and the transparency. They're kind of like, hey, we need more transparency. So maybe giving drivers the option, they'll stick around longer. I don't know. So, if anyone has, like I said, if anyone has this pilot program, I'd be really interested to see it, and just to see what you're able to trickle out. Yeah, Jesper, that's my Discord notification. I don't know how to turn that fucking thing off. I asked Pete, okay. And it's so annoying.
I know it was Discord because I have Discord, but it's like my Discord is shut off.
Yeah, we're streaming on Discord, so, but I don't know how to turn that noise off. I know, I'm a boomer. Go ahead, say it, boomer. I got to give a shout out to.
Maybe Steve knows.
I don't think so. He doesn't know much about. He's a boomer too, like me. No, we're not actually boomers, but we're Generation X. But I had to talk to him about Discord. But I actually do got to give a shout out to Pete. You can check out his channel. I can't remember what it's called. I feel
thought
bad.
It was PeteIsAwesome.com. I don't know.
No, it's like Retep. God, what is it? I'm such a piece of shit, Pete. He's gonna kick my ass. But anyways, I'll share it. I'll share his link. But he's got a streaming channel, and he set up my Discord for me. Oh, here he is. You fucker. I didn't know you were in here. Post your link. Jesus. He streams Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday every week. Plays Call of Duty, Rocket League, and Apex Legend. He plays a lot of shit, but he set up my Discord for me, so I appreciate him 100%. He's my bro. And I don't know how we got on this topic. Oh, notifications. Fuck. I did ask you. I sent you a message, you dick. Like right before the show started. I said I only have 3 minutes before the show starts. How do you turn these fuckers off? Steve says, I don't know Discord other than my son is on it gaming a lot. Yeah, Pete uses Discord when we do game together. That's how I listen to each other. But anyways, all right, back to the show. So delivery preferences. Fuck you, Tony. And anyone listening, please hit me up. I want to see some screenshots from that. Okay, last little ad, of course, is for us because, you love us. We'd love you to support us on Patreon. I'm actually going to drop the link in there. I want to get somebody. There's 15 people watching. If you want extra content, if you basically on the $5 tier, you get the pre-show banter. On the $10 tier, you get the pre-show banter. You get an extra podcast a month and exclusive Patreon merch. So I'm going to throw that in the chat. And if you just love the content that we provide, it's, we give you guys a lot of free content. All the money that we earn goes into growing the show. So it's not like Jesper and I take a paycheck. I mean, we might go out and grab a beer once in a while, but if you go to patreon.com, search the Gig Economy Podcast, you can sign up there. We'd really, really appreciate it. All right, back to this StreamYard is all right, so don't do this, guys. Like, holy shit. If you look at the picture on the screen, I know audio listeners, you can't hear it, but they put who does this? I feel like they put it right in front of the door. If you're a new driver, please look where the door swings out. How is this customer supposed to get his food without tipping the drink over? I mean,
he's supposed to open his garage door, go out through his garage, his attached garage, and take his food and go inside.
We're not all ballers like you, Jesper, and have our attached garage. So,
you have attached garage. So you're not a baller?
I'm not. I live in a condo without an attached garage. No garage. No. Yeah.
He really doesn't.
Yeah. Right. So please do not put your food in front of the door. Look how the door swings and just use common sense. Don't be a dumbass. Don't be a
fuck you, Tony.
Don't be a Tony. Put the food in the right spot, you piece of shit. All right. I'm violent against whoever that driver was. I'm calling him a piece of shit. All right, Jesper, you're up. Well, it's just this. I think that I don't know if it's photoshopped or not, but
yeah, I don't know. So apparently, the old Chipotle hub guaranteed at least $2.50 wasn't working, so they had to find a new way to trick drivers. $10 an hour plus customer tips. So at least this hourly amount for the time you spent on this delivery.
So
I better make more than $10 an hour.
Well, I'm confused on this. So it says you'll earn at least this hourly amount for the time you spend on this delivery. So are they basically saying if it takes me 10 minutes, I'm earning $10 plus tips?
No,
20 minutes.
You're making $10 an hour. Which
but
if it takes you 10 minutes, you get a sixth of a $10.
Stop clicking that damn pen. I'm going to put up your butthole. I don't think so. I think if it takes you 10 minutes, I think you get $10 plus tips.
No, it says $10 an hour.
Yeah, but it says you'll earn at least this hourly amount for the time you spend on this delivery. So if you spend 6 minutes, it literally says you'll earn at least $10.
No, it doesn't. It says you earn $10 an hour.
Somebody help me with this.
This hourly amount for the time you spend on this delivery. So basically, if you spent $10 on it, you'll make a sixth of a $10.
I don't think so.
You're like $2, maybe $1.85.
I don't know. I disagree.
That's how I read it.
I read it the other way, that you're going to at least make $10 on that. And it's only a 1.5 miles from the store, so it's not like it would take him an hour to deliver it anyways.
Right. So it's a basically a marketing ploy to get him to take the order because it says $10 an hour. I don't know. I mean, somebody tell us how this is. Somebody must have experienced this, but my guess is it's just another way of writing.
Okay. Sumpunk agrees with me. Sumpuk's wife agrees with Jesper.
Thank you, Sumpuk's wife, for spelling my name right.
Sumpuk's wife. His real name's Eddie. I just need to call him Eddie.
Hey, you can't say that. What if he doesn't know? What if you want people to know that?
Oh, that's true. He says AKA Eddie on his Twitter account, so he doesn't know.
Fine. I think it's a way for them to get people to accept the order.
Again, I need to contact this person and see what happened. All these stories, I don't know what happens.
I don't think it makes it sound like that at all.
Yes.
It very clearly says $10 an hour, and then it says you will make at least the hourly rate of this.
That's it. Some punk's getting money from me next time he streams. That's it. You can check out his screaming channel. God, I'm getting tired. Anyways,
somebody else give us some input here. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Rebecca, that's not even 25 cents a minute.
I
know, but that's why I'm saying if you deliver it in 10 minutes, you get $10.
No, you don't.
Oh, fuck you. I'm done with you. What?
Plus customer tips.
Oh, yeah. Good luck getting the tips out of there. I'll tip you in the app. So, real quick, 2 more articles and we'll get out of here. Uber has partnered, of course, fuck you, Uber, has partnered with Get Upside, which is a gas savings money app. By the way, I have somebody that signed up under my link like way back in the day, and I'm making money from them. I don't know who it is, but every like couple of days I get 12 cents. So I re-downloaded the Get Upside app, and I keep getting a server error. I don't know what's going on. But apparently you get, for the first 2 fill-ups, you get an extra 35 cents back per gallon cash back. And then after that, 25 cents per gallon every fill-up after that, which is huge. But of course, in the article, unless you know how good I read articles, it doesn't say specifically, or I think it does. For a limited time only, the first-time users of the Get Upside app who drivers are on the Uber platform may use the Get Upside promo code for an extra 35 cents off per gallon in the first 2 fill-ups. The promo code is located in the Uber Pro Hub and the Uber Driver app. Yeah, Jesper does need a fidget block. I had, Eddie, I had one. It was my kids got it me for Christmas, and of course, it's probably from Five Below, so you know how that's going to go. And one time I was squeezing it. I don't know if it was on this show or my other podcast. It was on the other podcast. It bursted while I was recording, like all those little beads all over me. I'm like, well, clearly I'm under some stress because I just busted the shit out of that thing.
I need one of those pineapples, all those little bubbles.
No, those are loud too. My daughter has one of those. She had like a silly, like long one too that went like, no, I'm just kidding. It was like a rope, like a snake, but it didn't make any noise. But anyways, apparently if you go into the Uber Pro Hub in your driver app, do we have that? I have to look now. I haven't been on this app so long. By the way, I did get a Lyft bonus this week, $150 for 20 rides. Oh, I guess I do.
Did you get it though?
No, because I can't work all weekend. I'm getting some new ink this weekend. So, oh yeah, there it is. Oh no, maybe that's Oh yeah.
What ink are you getting?
I'm actually getting an old school microphone. You know what I mean by that? An old school, like the big thick one.
The thing that's part of our logo.
Yeah. No, not that one. Or wait, I don't need. Where is our logo? Maybe it is. Boy, we are digress. I don't see our logo anywhere right now. Like without digging it up, I can't find it. But anyways,
it's on the website.
Yeah, I know.
What's the website again?
Is it on the website? Oh wait, I got the links. Hold on. Boy, we're a bunch of fucking idiots tonight.
Yeah, we do well tonight.
No, the logo's not even on our website, Jesper.
Open up navigation.
God, we're stupid. Oh, no, not that one. After all that, it's not even that one. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm getting. My wife's getting some stuff too. My acceptance rate is 7%. So yeah, if you go into the pro thing right there, it has download the app. Use promo code, but that's if you've never downloaded it. But I want to know how I use it with if I've already had it, if I already got the app. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, when I open it up, it says we're having network connection issues. Please try again, and it doesn't load. I just literally re-downloaded it today. So anyways, if it works for you, great. If it doesn't, don't get it because it has to do with Uber. Okay, I'm falling apart at the end here. Let's see. We got one more. Oh, this is a video. It just kind of reiterates about tipping, so I can just play it.
Yep.
I know we can't talk during it, but I don't think it's that long.
I sent my husband to Chipotle.
What happened? What in the world?
So basically, her husband comes in with all these bags from Chipotle. And last week we talked about the video of the Taco Bell. There was a video with all these orders behind him at the Taco Bell, and Mike and I talked like, what happens to that food at the end of the night? Well, clearly Chipotle, you get to bring all that food home, which is kind of just fun to do, but he's not going to be able to eat all that shit because it's going to go bad within 3 days. So anyways, I don't know.
Eat as much as you can.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I would do the same thing. It's hard. What is it about saying no to free shit? It doesn't even matter if it's junk. Like, for the most part, you'll just take it because it's free, and then 2 hours later, you throw it out. Yeah, Eddie said leftovers and some for the neighbors. Yeah, I guess, but tip your drivers, you guys, because if you don't, all the food you ordered, it doesn't get delivered. I just don't understand that. So, any closing thoughts, Jesper?
You won't get it. Nope, no closing thoughts tonight. I'm tired.
I know. I kind of fell apart too at the end. I apologize for that. Larry says like swag at a convention. Larry, I've worn each of my podcasting shirts to work today. In fact, we had a meeting last night. We're thinking about changing hosts, and we're actually currently with Lipson, and we're gonna think about changing another one. And then Ben, one of our partners, is like, "You have a Lipson shirt on," and I was like, "Yeah, I got it for free at the convention. I'm not going to throw it away. It's a freaking soft ass shirt." So anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy podcast. We appreciate it so much, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Oh, before we go, I totally forgot. Jesper, you should have reminded me. And we got to plan this son of a bitch. The picnic, September 11th, 2021.
9/11. Larry will be there.
Larry's going to be there. John is not, but I did hear from a little bird that John is coming up in October on someday in a weekend. He's going to be up near Grand Rapids, or at least near Michigan. I think he's going to be in Indiana, but so John will not be there. But Larry's coming up. I don't know where Eddie lives. Probably Pittsburgh. But yeah, if you guys are in the area or not, we would love to have you. We're going to hang out, have some food. Hopefully have a few raffles, maybe some merch. And yeah, we got to get to planning that, Jesper. It's freaking like Wednesday the 18th, and we don't have anything planned.
So Janet, are you coming?
Janet's not coming. Oh, Peter's coming. Yes, you can pet Jesper.
Larry, I'll let you pet me. It's okay.
Thanks, Janet, for the shout out. Have a good night. Thanks, Rebecca, for being on too. We appreciate it. Eagle Pass. Oh, fuck. How close is that to Dallas, Eddie? We're going to be in Dallas the end of August in 2022. And you got to get your boy Mike to come. I've been peer pressuring to buy the podcast movement.
Yeah, we'll probably be live streaming. We'll have to see.
When?
At the podcast.
That was too much work.
You're not live streaming again? Oh my god!
That was so.
You're gonna get a petting zoo, but you won't live stream.
Are you kidding me? That was so much work last time. No freaking way. No, Janet, okay. I am not live streaming it. It ain't gonna happen. So if you want to see what's up, I'll take some pictures. I'm sure Leo will be there. Maybe he'll do something. So, but anyways, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Yes,
thank you very much, guys.
All right, have a good night.